Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Viktoriya Cole here with another awesome project for you. I am showing you how to turn this drab chair into a luxury looking saucer chair. So to get started, I picked up some fur-like fabric from Hobby Lobby. I'm using some colored pins that actually had some heavy-duty scissors. And to get started, I separated the chair into two sections, just like it shows you on the chair. You have the seat portion and the back portion. And I am actually going to go ahead and pin the fabric to the back side using the first section. And I am pinning it right side up because I want to make sure that I have enough fabric, because I bought just enough, which was 1.5 yards for an adult size saucer chair. So I'm going to go ahead and pin it, that way I have an idea of exactly where I need to cut the fabric. So the back piece will actually end up being the seat piece. So as you can see, I'm pinning it around the actual line that's on the chair. And you want to make sure that you take your time with this. You don't want to mess it up, because if you don't pin it correctly, then you will end up cutting it improperly and you will waste fabric, because then you'll have to go and buy some more fabric. So make sure you take your time, kind of move the fabric around, and don't worry about the crevices or the creases on the middle of the chair, because we will fix that once we actually start sewing. So I'm cutting about 1.5 inches away from the actual rim of the chair, because I'm actually going to sew that fabric onto the rim of the chair, and I'm going to leave the back exposed because the back is actually a black fabric. I'm not going to carry it all the way around. So as you can see, I'm just cutting it all the way around. And as you can see, I salvaged the back piece, and that's going to be my seat piece. So I wanted to make sure that I have enough fabric for that. I laid it on top. I had to cut the corner piece, that way it has more of a rounder look to it, and I cut the edges off. Again, just checking to make sure that I have enough on the bottom side and enough to actually attach to the back seat. Then I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, and this is the time that you can smooth everything out, lay the back piece and the actual seat piece together, and I'm going to go ahead and pin them together, and of course making sure that I have about 1.5 inches over the actual chair, that way I have plenty of fabric to sew it around. As you can see, it's all pinned and ready for me to sew. Now this step can be fast or it can be a little slow. With me it was a little slow because I actually had to do it by hand using some heavy duty thread and a curved needle, which I usually use for my upholstery items like furniture and stuff like that. But if you have a sewing machine, you can run this through. It probably would take you 5 minutes. So depending on what you're using, if you don't have a sewing machine like me, I still had a great seam that I created, still very durable because I used heavy duty thread. And as you can see, it created the cradle effect. That way when you sit down in the chair, you don't bust the fabric. So you want to make sure this is how you create a halo effect for this kind of a seat. And of course, I'm not going to bore you to death with me sewing the edges, but I just sewed the edges to the chair, made sure that all the orange was gone, and then all of this, there was a nice rim at the bottom that was also orange, and I just used some fabric paint also from Hobby Lobby, and I painted the top portion, let it dry, and then I'm going to flip it onto the other side and paint the other side black. And that's it. So you're turning a drab orange saucer chair into this nice luxury chair. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to like, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe to my channel. But as always, create culture in the U, and I'll see you guys next time.